Welcome to another presentation of the Solid Sports video blog. This is episode 49. Today's date is August 11th, 2018. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Troy West, as you watch right here on the Solid Sports and Gaming channel via the PlayStation Network and right here on YouTube, of course. Thank you for joining me today. Not a lot to talk about. Should be a short video. Should be. We'll touch on a little baseball. Go division by division. Pretty much been a lot of changes within a week, of course. NBA, not a lot to talk about the NBA, just to probably touch on the LeBron with the school situation, touch on that. Some people had an issue with that after some stuff came out. Kawhi in it, and also some NFL talk. Preseason, this course is fully underway. A lot of rookies played pretty well, and I give my top 5 corners in the NFL, and also touch on the little Trump situation again. But let's get right into it. Baseball, of course, like I said, American League. The contenders are still making strong cases, especially the Boston Red Sox. Almost at 90 wins already, and August not even over yet. And as they continue to dominate, starting to believe more in them now. They started pitching to be still might be Achilles heel. I think they about to get Chris Sale back. David Price been looking sharp of late, so they're going to be a team to deal with. Yankees, like I said, still hanging in there. I still think they could catch up for the division. Yankees got an easy schedule, and then they still play Boston themselves 6 more times. So division not over yet, but the Boston got a nice cushion. I think it's 8 games. So they're the 2 teams to watch out in the American League East, of course. And the Central is really just Cleveland, and it pulled away in that division. Don't think Minnesota or anyone going to catch them. And in the West is pretty much 3 teams that's contending for playoffs. The Houston Astros, the defending champions, still pushing along. Had some bumps in the road lately, but they still got a good cushion in that division. Oakland A's look strong, which has probably been the most surprising team in the league so far this year. And Seattle still holding on as well. In the National League, pretty much more parity, more things can happen between now and then. No clear-cut contender really. In the East is the Phillies, who's been a surprising team this year. My Braves still hanging in there, the Atlanta Braves. I think they about a game and a half out. Washington still at striking distance. In the Central is the Brewers and the Cubs really for the division. And then St. Louis and Pittsburgh still fighting for maybe a wild card spot. And the West is pretty much 3 teams out there. Dodgers, Rockies, and Diamondbacks. Giants still with probably a slight chance, and maybe for a wild card as well. So a lot more contenders in the National League than in the American League. You pretty much know what's going to go down in the American League. The National League, still a lot of questions going into the final month of the season. The NBA, like I said, not much to talk about. The only move that's been made, it's sort of been quiet still, is the Carmelo Anthony to Houston. Like I said, I haven't seen an actual article or what's the numbers is, how many years, or none of that, how much he's getting paid, none of that stuff. But they say the deal is done, so at least I've seen it on social media. I've seen it in other outlets, but no official. I haven't seen it, no official article or anything like that. So, but still, like I said, Houston will be a team to be reckoned with in the West, but still don't think they got enough to beat the Warriors. But teams are trying, like I said, Lakers. We'll get LeBron. We're about to talk about him in a second. Utah is a team that I like as well. So, but it'll be an interesting season. I think the Ariza loss for Houston is going to hurt them a lot though on defense. But they can score just as well as anyone with Chris Paul and James Harden. So we'll see. As far as LeBron, he had, helped build the charter school in his hometown, in Akron. It was big news, everybody congratulating him and stuff. Did some interviews about it. But then some news came out that he only paid for 25% of the school and the taxpayers paid the rest. And some people was criticizing them and stuff like that because of perception. Like I said, I had the same perception. I thought he paid for the whole school too. But that don't give me no reason to be upset at him. I mean, he still had the vision to build the school. 25% and still a lot of money that he put into the school. He probably going to continue to put money into the school. Me personally, it don't bother me. I mean, but I had the same perception that he pretty much did it all himself. But still, it's still a big accomplishment for him. And the people that have really had a problem with that, so just look in the mirror and say, well, what could I do more in my community? Because he's done a lot more than you have. So I think people need to just chill out. But I had the same perception, so I sort of understand it. But and he could have probably cleared that up himself. But at the same time, we perceived it. He ain't say that he paid for the whole school, so we just assumed that he did. So that's on us as well. So I think people that's really got a problem with it, like I said, just look in the mirror and just he's done a lot for Akron, Ohio, period, and Northeast Ohio, Cleveland. So people need to just let that go and just congratulate him. I mean, like I said, it was his vision, so I still feel like he put a lot into it, even though he didn't pay for it himself, all himself. So as far as Kawhi Leonard, I wanted to touch on him a little bit. He wrote a letter thanking the Spurs organization, for everything. And some people say, well, maybe, he acted so dramatified, the whole time. Why would he write this letter? I mean, you know how it is. I don't have a problem with it per se, but it is. I am sort of surprised that he wrote a letter or did anything, but the letter, it's a real simple letter, just saying thanks. He thanks, he was like, all I can say is thank you. It was pretty much a repetitive type letter, but still, he should thank the Spurs, because, like I said, when he was younger, like in that NBA Finals that won, Pop pushed him to say, look, take over. This is, basically this is your team now. Like, he saw the talent, he believed in him. I don't think he believed in himself at that time. And ever since then, that's when he became a superstar that he is now. But on the DeMar Rosen end of it, like I said, he's pissed off. He felt like he was screwed over by the Raptors because he stayed. He could have left. He was going to be one of the ones to go to Los Angeles. He didn't go. He stayed in Toronto. So he was real upset about it. But which is understandable. But like I said, the NBA season is going to be real interesting in both East and the West Conference, Eastern Conference and the Western Conference. So just can't wait for that. But we still got a long way to go. Like I said, it's going to be quiet. Like I said, I probably starting in September, start doing a little list, top 5 lists for NBA players as well. Until the season starts. Let's move on to the NFL. Preseason in full swing. Thursday night had a whole lot of games Thursday night. A lot of rookies showed out. Baker Mayfield, Saquon Barkley, Lamar Jackson had a touchdown. A lot of rookies look good. They said Sam Darnold played well last night. So the rookies looking good. This is only the first week. Like I said, the first week pretty much a fill out process. Like I said, the next 2 weeks will be more formidable weeks to really look at your team and see where they at, how they look. But like I tell fans, don't worry about the score, just worry about how your team look. Even though sometimes the score shows how your team look, but still, it's not about winning or losing, just how your team look. The Redskins already lost their rookie running back for the year with a torn ACL. He must have did it during the game yesterday, Thursday night against the Patriots. Yeah, just look at the individual players, how they look on the field. That's all you should take from preseason, not wins and losses per se. But here we go again with Donald Trump and the protest thing again. Like I said, I really get tired of the whole situation, honestly. I just want my football, but the protesters don't mess with that. That's what I don't understand. The protest doesn't mess with football, so I don't really care if the players protest. But Trump came out again, running his mouth, talk about the players that a lot of players protested during the preseason games this week so far, kneeling and putting their fists up and stuff. And he was like, well, they should be suspended without pay. Excuse me on that. Sorry. Like I said, I'm just tired of talking about it. Like, he's just trying to distract the people from his issues in the office, which he need to focus on. He shouldn't be worried about what the NFL is doing. And also, he have a thing against the NFL because he tried to buy into the league and they didn't let him. So every time the NFL do something, he's gonna have his 2 cents to say. So, but it's working. A lot of people talking about this more than the political issues. And like I said, I'm not a political person, so I don't keep up with that stuff unless it's just right there in my face. I don't keep up with it, to be honest with you. But honestly, I just tired of talking about it, and I just want this country to be better. Because the stuff that the players are kneeling for is real. Police brutality, you see it every day, and oppression in this country, you see that every day. Racism still exists. So whatever, you can say whatever you want, the stuff is real and is out there. We just need to start making changes on it, because protesting ain't going to be the only solution. So but I'm done. Like I said, I don't really want to talk about this for so long. Like I said, just a side note, this is really my second time recording. My PlayStation controller died, which is the link to my mic, so I messed my whole video up, so I had to re-record again. So it's actually my second take, per se, if you want to use the Hollywood word, I guess. This is my second go around trying to record. But let's get into my top 5 corners in the NFL as we about to wrap this video up. At number 5, Chris Harris. Chris Harris for the Denver Broncos. His consistency throughout his career. He was flat on the side of Key to leave. He's gone. A lot of the no-fly zone guys are somewhere else. So now he's sort of on the island on his own. But that don't mean that he can't play. He's a good player. He's been consistent the last few years. He cracks my top 5. Number 4, Marcus Peters of the Los Angeles Rams. Of course, he played his whole career at Kansas City. Now he's on the bright lights in Los Angeles. But this guy is a rough rider. Always around the ball, making big plays, interceptions. He don't back down, which you gotta have as a corner. You gotta have that attitude. I like him a lot. Marcus Peters is my 4th corner on this list. Jalen Ramsey of the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think this is his 2nd year. Had a great rookie year, or it might be his 3rd year. Might be his 3rd year. I think this is his 3rd year, if I'm not mistaken. But either way, he's young. I've seen some lists online. A lot of people have him number 1, which is can't argue with, especially because of his age, because he's young. But like I said, this list is about consistency throughout, not just 1 or 2 years. So that's probably why he's not higher on my list. But he could be number 1 next year if I do this list again. But he was the leader of that Jacksonville defense last year, of course, who almost made it to the Super Bowl. Jalen Ramsey comes in at number 3. Number 2, Xavier Rhodes of the Minnesota Vikings. And I had to put him number 2 just by my research. I looked this guy up, and his stats are unbelievable. The Vikings had a hard schedule last year as far as dealing with receivers, and he pretty much shut all of them down. I think he went the whole year without giving up a touchdown. Like, his stats was just off the charts. I had to put him up here. I probably would have had him like 4th on this list personally, but I couldn't deny what he did last year, so I got him number 2. And number 1, the veteran Patrick Peterson of the Arizona Cardinals. To me, he's just, for talent-wise, just the best. Consistent, like I said, been consistent throughout the years. Making big plays. Going up against the top receivers as well. That's why I had to put him number 1. But there's a lot of guys you can put on this list that's not on here. I think Richard Sherman still should be considered as one of the best. Boye, who play on the other side of Jalen Ramsey in Jacksonville, he got a lot of love. I mean, there's a lot of guys you could have on this list, but these, my 5, I feel comfortable with. Chris Harris of the Denver Broncos, number 5. Number 4, Marcus Peters of the Los Angeles Rams. Number 3, Jalen Ramsey of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Number 2, Xavier Rhodes of the Minnesota Vikings. And number 1, Patrick Peterson of the Arizona Cardinals. Next week, we'll go back to offense. Or as I'm done with offense. Yeah, I think I'm done with offense. So I did receivers, running backs, and quarterbacks. So, yeah, that's it. So, I guess next week I'll do safeties then. And then that'll be it for my NFL list. And I'll start focusing on divisions. Just storylines for divisions. But I always had something to talk about in the NFL, especially now that the preseason started. Alright, so that'll do it. Like I said, it wasn't a long video today. Not a lot to talk about. Final thoughts here. Just thank you for supporting the channel. Like I said, I did a live 20 XX video yesterday. I had fun doing it. Didn't have a lot of viewers, but still had fun doing it. Might try to knock some videos. I gotta work later on today, but try to knock some videos out. God of War. Might do a Salt Mania video today. Haven't done one in a while since I finished the Encore mode. And some more 20X as well, 20 XX. So look out for all that. Of course, the blog next week, next Saturday. Like I said, I actually gained subscribers. So this week been a little bit rough for me. Just been going through some stuff. That's all, some small mental things. So I haven't been posting a lot, but like I said, I've been trying to post the last few days. So thank you for being patient about that. But that'll do it for this episode 49 of the vlog. Episode 50 next week. Might try to do something special next week then, since this is my 50th episode. But until then, thank you so much for the support. Thank you for watching. Check out all the rest of my projects on my channel, all my video game playthroughs, my live streams. And thank you so much for the support. Talk to you next time. Enjoy your week. And thank you so much.